Call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Councilman Samaluka.
Here.
Councilman Arcamondo.
Here.
Councilwoman Sanchez.
Here.
Councilwoman Mazur is unable to be here this evening, and Council President Garrick.
Here. Please rise for the salute to the flag and remain standing in memory of all our veterans who proudly served our country, and for the shooting victims and their family in Lewiston, Maine. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all council members and to all legal newspapers in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
The public is hereby advised that any statements made during the meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook may not be privileged or protected, and that persons or entities who take issue with such comments or are offended by saying may and have in the past sought legal redress through the courts. Any member of the public who addresses the council speaks for themselves and not for the council.
Motion to open the meeting to the public.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone wishing to address the council, please step up to the podium, state your name and address.
Good evening, everyone. Tom's Family Law, 128 Lincoln, Saddlebrook. I'm here tonight to share the results of a Halloween decorating contest. The Mayor's Youth Group went out and judged, and they decided on 3 winners, all of which are going to receive a gift in the mail. Third place was 76 Oxford Avenue. Second place was 46 Oxford Avenue. And last but not least, first place was 48 Ackerman Avenue. So I do want to congratulate all of the winners, and I want to thank the Mayor's Youth Group for going out and judging all the houses. We had a total of 10 houses entered in the contest. All the photos of the houses that entered are on the Mayor's Youth Group Facebook page. It was shared also to the Saddlebrook Township Facebook page, as well as the pictures of the winners on the Township Facebook page. So please check that out. They really did an outstanding job decorating. I'm hoping they enter again next year in the Halloween decorating contest, as well as this year for the upcoming holiday decorating contest, which the Mayor's Youth Group will also judge in December. Coming up, the Mayor's Youth Group will meet again here in the council chambers on November 18th, which is a Saturday at 10:30 a.m. We are going to be installing new officers for president, vice president, and secretary. We have the nominations open right now for members to apply to run for an office. The week of November 13th, they're going to vote for
which officer they want, and we'll install them on the 18th. We'll also be helping out with the holiday decorating, the tree lighting and the holiday party, which is the day after Thanksgiving, which is November 24th. So that's the day after Thanksgiving. That'll be here at the municipal complex, so looking forward to that. It's always a great time every year. And I think for now that's it. And also the Mayor's Youth Group helped out with the Halloween, senior Halloween party. That was on October 24th at the VFW. And they were also very helpful. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. They were helpful at the trunk or treat, which was just held this past Saturday here at the municipal complex. It was a hot one, but it was a successful one. And we also decorated our own car for the first time, and we had a Barbie theme. And it was actually my car we used, so I do want to thank the members who helped me decorate the car and also help staff and hand out candy throughout. And that was a lot. Thank you all for listening. And congratulations again to the winners.
Through the chair, comments, I want to know, I want you to tell the public what that medal was. Now, where is it? Yeah, Katie proudly wearing a medal.
Okay.
I want to hear more about that medal.
So the medal, it's not related to the Mayor's Youth Group. So the community, either the community partnership, I ran in the Tomorrow's Children Fund 5K this past Sunday in the pouring rain at the park. It was the 3-mile loop through Rocha Park back up to Saddlebrook, and I'm proud to say I got second place for males aged 20 to 29, and I also received best costume too. It was supposed to be held October 1st, but it got postponed to October 29th due to the flooding at the park from
from the recent rainstorm that started the month off. So they held it to the 29th, and they allowed people to dress up in costume, and I won the best individual costume. And they also recognized a group of people who had a costume too, and they got awarded as well. So it was a good event, and tomorrow's Children Fund supports people with, children, cancer and rare blood disorders. So it was a moving day, a rainy day, but a moving day nonetheless.
What was your costume?
Ken.
That's the Barbie thing.
And that's why we did the Barbie thing with my car back at Trunk or Treat at the help of the Mayor's Youth Group. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Omar Rodriguez, Saddlebrook. I would like to start by saying that recently we just spoke several issues at the workshop meeting, and one of the subjects was the cannabis. I addressed some of the council members by saying that this is a prolific business industry in which bigger companies are acquired some other companies that have the rights or that okay from the towns. But now it come to my attention that one of the companies that have purchased to another company in town for the license 5 retail is trying to operate under the name of the dispensary of Saddlebrook. I wonder if that is going to be okay with the residents and other communities. It's not just the fact that someone is trying to buy an existing business that hasn't opened yet, but we don't have to accept this. Actually, there is no law that says that someone needs to be changed. Actually, we can impose certain conditions to this new company if they really want to buy from the other one. I believe that we should be firm, and they shouldn't be using the name of Saddlebrook because this is not official business for the town. That's in one end. On the other end, I also was talking about the need for the mayor and council to fully restore their authority by going to all kind of meetings, even if it means to go to the court, in order to reestablish the authority in Saddlebrook. Because we elect the mayor and council, and they should be the ones that have to respond to the public, no another enforcement agency. Therefore, I expect in the next few weeks that someone obtain the results and bring the power and authority to the mayor and council, and not a third body that is taking care of the day-to-day operations. I believe that we as residents and taxpayers deserve to have a government in which we have voted upon at the polls. And again, it should just be with the mayor and council, not with a third body at the county level. It's time for them to go. And this town should have their own chief of police that can work alone, hand in hand, with the mayor and council. Finally, I would just like to address an ordinance that it should be established in town regarding electric motorcycles and especially scooters that don't carry no helmets, and especially the scooters going in the middle of the road. Now that it comes winter time and the roads are icy, they are carrying passengers in front of the scooters with no helmets. They don't even respect the law because they just pass red lights or whatever. God forbid what's going to happen with the problem that somebody hit them. No helmets. Don't we have enough police enforcement? Maybe we need more police officers, rank and file, and not 3 captains like we currently have. Our TO, I believe there are too many chiefs. and not many Indians at the bottom. We need to enforce, and especially having more police officers. Now that we're gonna have the corridor on Route 46 with all these cannabis stores, we're anticipating a lot of problems, and we need our police department to enforce 24/7 that area. Thank you all for listening, and especially to the viewers, to have a happy Thanksgiving, along with all the relatives, and especially with a better 2024. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Okay. Motion to close the meeting to the public.
Motion.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Okay, Mayor and council comments. Mayor, would you like to start?
Yes, thank you. First, I want to bring up that this month is November's Pancreatic Cancer Month. I have a proclamation which I'd like to read. Before I read it, I just want to mention that we lost a good friend, Saddlebrook police officer Michael Giuliano, on August 1st, 2019. Mike was only 47 years old. This was always his favorite time of the year. He loved Halloween, and he would, when he was working, he would drive around, and patrol, and hand out candy to the kids that were walking around town that were trick-or-treating. So we miss Mike dearly. He's a great guy. So the proclamation reads, whereas in both the United States and internationally, pancreatic cancer has the highest mortality rate of all major cancers. When an individual begins to experience symptoms of pancreatic cancer, it is often already, in most cases, advanced stages, which makes treatment more difficult. Regular physical exams, imaging test results, and biopsies are all preventative ways of keeping the disease from progressing to later stages. The month of November is used to empower, educate, and inspire communities around the globe who have been touched by the effects of pancreatic cancer. It is an opportunity to shine light on the disease. So now, therefore, be it the second day of November, I, Robert D. White, the mayor of the Township of Saddlebrook, do hereby proclaim November 2023 as Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month. Okay, our tax bills went out beginning of October, and we're due November 1st. There is a 10-day grace period, which has been extended 3 days because of the Veterans Day holiday. So they're due by Monday, November the 13th. If not paid by the 13th, there will be interest backdated to November 1st. The municipal offices are closed on Friday, November 10th in observance of Veterans Day. Also, we're also closed on November 23rd and 24th for Thanksgiving. Regarding Veterans Day, the VFW Veterans Day ceremony is Saturday, November the 11th, 11 a.m. at the VFW Circle, which is Saddle River Road at Mayo Street. Election Day is coming up next week, Tuesday, November the 7th. Polls are open 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. District 6 polling location has been changed from the Saddlebrook Middle School, High School to right here in the rec center, the gym of the municipal complex. Our town tree lighting is Friday, November the 24th, the day after Thanksgiving, at 6 p.m. here at the municipal complex in the parking lot. The township received an open space recreation grant for Kern Street Park improvements in the amount of $138,808. I believe I mentioned that before, but we got the notice saying that we're going to receive those funds. Tonight we're awarding a bid for Hutter Street Drainage Project. I want to point out that the township did receive $50,000 of FEMA grant for one of the storms, and I want to thank Office of Emergency Management Coordinator Tom Dickman for making the application with the assistance of our grant writer. The township is handing out leaf bags, free leaf bags at the municipal complex in the administrative section, 10 bags per family. We're on the last pallet and we'll be running out soon. So I think we had 9,000 bags and we're down to about 1,500. So Town Clerk Pete Ladico will be here on Sunday, October 5th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. For the upcoming election. What did I say?
October.
Oh, geez, yeah, November 5th, thank you. November, so Sunday, November 5th. I'm still in October. But that's from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Here at the municipal building, so residents can come in, the building will be open to pick up the bags at that time. I want to mention that the State Turnpike Authority is doing work on the Garden State Parkway Bridge overpass on Saddle River Road. The beginning portion of the work will be done during the day. They've already started working under the bridge, but they're going to start working on the sidewalk area and other things. And they're going to install a temporary crosswalk at Saddle River Court to Coolidge School across Saddle River Road. They're going to be working on the sidewalk. What they're going to do is they're going to close one side of the sidewalk and allow, when that side is being worked on, individuals will have to, on that side of the street, will have to go down and cross the street right at Saddle River Court. So this way they can keep one side or the other open. There's no crosswalk currently there, but there's crossing guards that are at Bell Avenue and Paley Avenue. So, and Saddle River Road will be open, to traffic. But this is just the pedestrian traffic that's walking to school or wherever. I want to congratulate Rocco Rafano for 50 years of service to the volunteer fire department. We're going to be having a party coming up for him. Saddlebrook Senior Halloween Party was held at the VFW at 6 to 9 p.m. on October the 24th. It was a nice time for the seniors. Recreation Department this year, for the first time, they had a Halloween celebration movie night for children ages, I think, 5 to 3rd grade. That was on Friday, October 27th, from 6 to 8 p.m. here at the Rec Center. Trunk or Treat, Thomas brought up, that was at the Municipal Complex parking lot, 12 to 2 on Saturday, October 28th. I want to thank Thomas for all the work that he does, for taking the photos at the Halloween decorating contest and all the other events that he goes to. I want to give my condolences to our project and activities coordinator Shannon Accomundo and her husband Todd Accomundo for the loss of Shannon's father, Joseph Russell, on October 20th. I also just want to mention one thing to clarify what Omar had said. Just so you're aware, Omar, regardless, we can't make a chief of police until Chief Kugler retires. So even if the prosecutor's office was not monitoring us and was not there on occasion to, we have to report to them, so to speak, we still can't make a chief. So even if and we are working on, we're going to ask them to, to vacate. There's really no reason for them to be there anymore, and we're working on that. But still, Bob Kugler has to retire before we make a chief. So we're going to have an officer in charge until such time as Bob retires. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Accomundo?
Thank you, Bob, for the condolences. Appreciate it. The trunk or treat this year, I say it after every trunk or treat, it seems like it's getting better and better every year. The weather was absolutely beautiful, with the exception of anybody who had chocolate, it all melted. So that was a little discouraging for the kids. Like Bob said, Shannon and Christine, they do a wonderful job. It's a lot of preparation. The reason I notice is because I live with Shannon, and what she goes through is pretty impressive. How they manage to do what they do, just the two of them. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. Happy Thanksgiving, and good luck to all the candidates running for school board of township. I wish you all the best, and congratulations to winners for the house decorating contest. That's it.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Sanchez?
Like Todd said, the trunk or treat had excellent weather. So I hope everybody who went enjoyed themselves. And like the mayor said, you know, this Veterans Day on the 11th, the VFW has a ceremony, a service at 11 a.m. at the VFW Circle. So hopefully, you know, you all come out and show support to our veterans. I usually try to make it every year. Unfortunately, this year I cannot make it, but I do try to be there every year to show my support. So happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans out there. Thank you for your service. And I hope everybody has a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Samaluka.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. I apologize, I missed the last meeting, so I'm a little late for some things. Just wanted to express my condolences, obviously, to Todd, his wife Shannon, and that family for the loss of the head of their family. Also to the Mangano family, we lost Chrissy last month, and it was kind of shocking news because we just saw her at the Unico Street Fair, and she appeared fine and was talking about how happy she was down in Toms River. And I was able to speak to her daughter recently, and on the outside, she gave a good front, but actually she was hurting for a couple of days before that. And it just goes to show you that if you have a problem, if you feel like something is wrong, please see a doctor, see a medical professional, because there are things that you just, in her case, she just took a lot of Tums because she thought it was just acid reflux and things like that. And it was something, by the time she ended up going to the hospital, it was something much, much worse, and unfortunately, we lost her. I see that the last meeting, which I did not attend, there was a moment of silence for the victims in the Middle East attack. And that ties into Veterans Day. Hopefully, I'll be honest, hopefully the United States does not get drawn into that conflict with men on the ground. We've been all over the world, and just a lot of times it's just unnecessary loss of life. But it ties into Election Day because one of the parties involved in that elected a terror organization as their leaders. So, I don't expect that to happen in the United States of America. However, be careful who you elect. A lot of people died for your right to vote, so please go out on Tuesday or before. Now you can vote a month before. But get out there and vote because, like I said, people are dying and continue to die based on who you elect, and to have the right to elect people of your choice. Things that we're doing behind the scenes that we talked about at the meeting, we're working on the rules and regulations potentially to control, as Mr. Rodriguez said, e-scooters and e-bikes. Those are the new things. 10 years ago, no one thought that this would be a thing. So it's another new item that we have to consider and try and regulate for the safety and the welfare of the citizens. I know I'm working in Hoboken now. Walking across the street when the light, the little guy comes on, I can walk across the street, and all of a sudden, because they're e-bikes, you can't hear them, and they just whiz by. And I can't tell you how many times I've come this close to being hit by these guys. And most of them are DoorDash drivers, whatever. They're trying to do their work, but they're blowing through stop signs, they're blowing through red lights, they're driving the wrong way, and so there's no way you even expect them to come. They're riding on sidewalks. I agree. It's bad, and as they get more popular and they get more populous, it's only going to get worse. So we're on top of that, and we are looking into regulations to try and make it safer for the community. Same thing, we are working on looking into some regulations on potentially for bed and breakfasts, which would, again, 10 years ago, it wasn't a thing, but it is now. And again, we want to protect our neighborhoods. Single-family houses should be single-family houses and not boarding houses. To our neighbors who came a couple months ago, who live on Dewey, at the corner of Dewey and Sampson, we're able to get the owner of a corner property to cut down the tree, which was a hindrance to the line of sight, and that has improved the situation there immensely. We're still considering putting some more maybe signage and writing, but I spoke to them and they're very happy with the tree being down, that they feel that it is a lot safer. In terms of, in terms of what one of our residents said about the sale of the cannabis facility or ownership, that is incorrect. It was merely a name change, and we did get a letter from council, and I'll just read it just so everyone is aware, so there's no misinformation. Please be advised, I am counsel to the dispensary of Saddlebrook, formerly known as Bud's Prime. On October 27th, 2021, the township issued the company a municipal resolution of support for a Class 5 cannabis retail dispensary. Thereafter, the company obtained site plan approval from the Saddlebrook Planning Board for operation of a recreational cannabis retail dispensary at 225 Route 46 West, which is in the approved cannabis zone. On January 14, 2023, the company filed a certificate of amendment to change its name from Bud's Prime LLC to the Dispensary of Saddlebrook LLC, and they enclosed a copy. Also enclosed is a valid New Jersey business registration certificate identifying the company as the Dispensary of Saddlebrook LLC. The company maintains its original tax identification number, business registration number, and has the same members. So it's merely a name change. It's not the sale of the business, which is heavily regulated by the state, even before it gets to us. And as we get closer to getting these companies approved from the state, we will be working on regulations, security, hours of operation, whether or not you can smoke inside, which we are totally against for use in the facility. So that's, that being that, I thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman. I'd just like to mention that we had a couple of great events this month, and thank everyone that participated and volunteered with the senior Halloween party. That was a great event, well attended by our seniors here in town. Also our trunk or treat, which was, we had great weather. It was another great event. And I just want to urge our residents to come here, visit the Civic Center, visit the recreation section. There's stuff for everyone. We do have good programs here. We're utilizing this building to its fullest potential. So please, I urge you to get down here, take a look at the facility, and participate in some of the things that are offered here. I'd also like to give my condolences to the Accomando family and for your loss of your father-in-law, Mr. Russell. Finally, I would just like to wish all of our veterans a happy Veterans Day. I hope to see everyone at the tree lighting following Thanksgiving. So happy and healthy Thanksgiving to all of our residents. Thank you very much. We do not have any ordinances today.
All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine and non-controversial by the Township Council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or member so requests it, in which case the item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. The one motion signifies adoption of all resolutions, receive and file letters, correspondence reports, and approval of minutes and applications.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samaluka?
Other than the minutes of the last meeting, which I will abstain for,
So approved.
Councilman Accomando,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sanchez.
Yes.
Council President Garrett.
Yes. Any old business? Mayor?
Yeah, I just want to say Happy Veterans Day, and I want to thank all our vets for their service. And Mr. Accomando made me remember, I want to thank all the Board of Education candidates. I want to wish them good luck, I should say. And I do want to congratulate them for last Thursday, October the 26th. It was Meet the Candidates Night, and I went to the event, and our videographer, the township videographer, Raphael, was there and videotaped the event. They all did. It's not easy. We've all had to kind of be in that kind of situation in one time or another, where we were asked questions and you're put on the spot. But they all did very well, and if you want to view the video, you can go on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's also on Our Town TV, the cable channels. It's also on the township website and on the township Facebook page. So if you want to get a look at the candidates and see how they responded to the questions, I urge you to do so. And again, good luck to them.
Thank you, Mayor. Any other old business? New business?
Through the chair? No, sorry. I just want to bring up the best practices inventory that every municipality in the state of New Jersey must prepare and submit to the state in order to receive its full allotment of state aid. Saddlebrook, of course, came out ahead on the questions, so we'll definitely get our state aid in December. Most of the questions consisted of core competencies, which included finance, cybersecurity, and shared services. So we did very well, and I want to present that report to the council.
Thank you, Pete. Any other new business? Councilman Accomando?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank the Saddlebrook Police Department, the command staff, the Bergen County Sheriff's Department, and Lodi Police for their assistance with my father-in-law as well. And thank you all for your condolences. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Anyone else, new business? Okay. Motion to open a meeting to the public for comment?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Saying none.
Hello, Rodriguez, Saddlebrook. Two items that were just touched on, I just need to be very brief. On the mere change of business name, looking at the business registration certificate, the issuance was September 15, 2023. A name means a lot, and especially in this cannabis industry. Let me just put you an example. Would it be good for you if a business comes and says, official porno store of Saddlebrook? That, it will be troublesome. A name means a lot. And I believe by you changing the name or just trying to change, actually they need to have this letter from the municipality. It's not a must. Nothing legally can be done against you if you don't change it. But you can stipulate certain things that you might not like. But the way it's written or the way they want to operate, the dispensary of Saddlebrook, I believe it's a lot of food for thought there. And then again, when they came originally on October 2021, they came under a name. Again, it might be semantic, but we as a town, where we want to put them? Actually, they're here for business. The same company is going to be operating, what, 9, 10, 11 different municipalities, which is not my business. that's their business, but what I care is Saddlebrook. And I believe by just the naming, it might be a little problematic in the future, because if that goes, then anything else will go in the future. And as an example again, so that the porno store can just change the name and say the official porno store of Saddlebrook. Is that okay? And then finally, on the police department, and I have to agree on all what the mayor said. However, I just want to be a little more deeper into that. By the prosecutor's office running the day-to-day operation, they do it, they control the police department, put it that way. We can have a captain, one of the 3 captains, directly working with the mayor. The status of the chief, even though he has been clear of all charges, apparently he's not returning to the police department, and he has a retirement day on or about August, September, or October 2024. We, the taxpayers, have to continue paying his salary, even though that he will not come to work. I guess he's going to be taking vacation, sick days, whatever it is. But in the meantime, I believe that one of our own, within our own police department, could be named as an acting chief. In the meantime, if Chief Kugler, they're not going to allow him to come back to the police department, whatever deal they have broke, that is not my thing. My thing is that the police department should be in full control, not 90, no 95, no 99%, but 100% in full control of the mayor and council, and should just be taking orders from the elected officials that they were elected to do so.
We agree with you.
Yes.
We agree with you on that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's all I care. So basically,
Yeah.
I don't want the prosecutor office to extend their lifetime in Saddlebrook, because that is a bad sample. We, as a community, didn't do nothing wrong. They already cleared up the investigation to our chief of police, and we still don't have a chief of police. So we gotta be strong and say a clear message. You did what you have to do. He was clear of all charges. Now we want our police department back in our hands. We don't want you here at all, period. And again, happy Thanksgiving, and stay healthy.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you.
I just want to say,
Well, we got comments, Mayor.
oh, okay.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Seeing no one else, motion to close the meeting to the public?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, comments, Mayor?
Yeah, I just want to say, Omar, I just want to be clear that, because I want the residents to know that some of what you're saying is inaccurate, okay? First, you use the word, what did you use? Well, no. First you said, secondly you said in control. They're not, the prosecutor's office is not in control of the police department. They're not, the first thing you said was running the day-to-day operations. They're not running the day-to-day operations. They're overseeing, they're monitoring. Those are the words. I don't believe they need to be there to do even that. I agree with you on that point. But I don't want the public to think that they have somebody there every day that's the head of the department. We have an officer in charge. Essentially, it's the same thing as the acting chief, except you can't name an acting chief. It's a matter of semantics, but you can't. When you have a chief of police, you can't make someone chief. If we had a deputy chief's position, which was eliminated, we could make a deputy chief. But our table organization doesn't call for a deputy chief. So essentially, right now, John Zatolo, he's a captain, but he's also the officer in charge of the department. There's no difference. Really, he's acting chief. He has all the authority to do everything that he needs to do to run that police department. Now, here's where, here's where I feel, personally, I feel there's a little bit of a problem in that he can do that and run the department, but really important type decisions, administrative decisions, if he wanted to bring one of the officers up on charges, he's got to discuss that with the prosecutor's office. Okay? We want to hire more people. He's got to discuss that with the prosecutor's office. I think that's BS. I don't think at this point, I agree with you 100%, but don't make it seem like they're there running the department. I'm telling you, I know the monitor, he's a captain from the prosecutor's office. He comes in once every 2 weeks, stops by, says hello, meets with the officer in charge, Zatolo, Captain Zatolo, sits there for a little while, everything, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. That's it. That's the extent of it. So I don't want the public to think that they're, in charge, running the day-to-day operations, and that every little decision has to be ran past them. That's not true. Not true at all. Big decisions, yes. And I don't like that either, because I think that at this point, we're ready for them to say goodbye. Okay? And we're hoping, we're working on that. So I just want to be clear on that, okay? To me, it's important that the public knows. And the department is running well. It is running well. I wish Bob Kugler was there running the department now, but, unfortunately, this is what happened, and, like you said, he is going to retire, and that's soon, he's going to retire, put it that way. I can't really say much more than that.
Thank you for clarifying, Mayor. Councilman Akamoto? Any comments? Councilwoman Sanchez? Councilman Simaluka?
I just have one thing, and it's regarding, again, the dispensary. It's got the word Saddlebrook in it. I think we need to give the people of Saddlebrook a little more credit. Saddlebrook Medical Center, I mean, we have nothing to do with Saddlebrook Medical. We, being the municipality, has nothing to do with that. Saddlebrook Diner. Saddlebrook Cleaners. Saddlebrook Diner. You're not going to find Pete Ladico serving a couple of eggs and hash browns. And certainly, Saddlebrook Liquors. We're not in the liquor business. And I think people know enough that it's a name. It's our town, which we all love. And they're putting that name in there. So personally, I don't think it's a big issue. Some people may, and we can agree to disagree. But I think that people will know that it's not an official, as I said, an official porno business, or there's nowhere that it says the official dispensary of the Township of Saddlebrook. It's just the dispensary of Saddlebrook. That's what they chose to name it. 2 years ago, they chose to go by a different name, and now they're making this choice. Thank you, everybody. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you.